So I also have a few questions from Ukrainian quilters because we usually on our guild meetings we see your videos from the quilt show, and that is the website that really influenced on Ukrainian patchwork very much, because
Wow.
I'm in my
Who
studio
would have thought?
making the translation for the ladies because they are not always good in English.
Sure.
And so we watch your videos just with the lots of the poses. Oh my God, how do they do that, and so on. And these ladies, they would like to ask you some questions
Okay.
that are very important for them to understand you more closely.
Okay. As we say in America, far away.
Yes.
Far away.
Okay. What was your first motivation to make the quilt for the show? And how was it? What emotions you have when your first quilt won?
Okay, so my first quilt for a show, or the first quilt I ever made?
Let it be, and the first quilt for the show and the first quilt you made.
Okay, I'll start with the first quilt I made,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be very brief. My grandmother had an old sewing machine,
Mm-hmm.
and she was 83 years old. She was a widow,
Mm-hmm.
right? But at 83, she got a new husband.
Oh.
Yes. And I got her sewing machine because she couldn't take it to this new house because it had all the furniture, so she couldn't take it. So I took the sewing machine, and I didn't sew. Music was my career,
Yeah.
and so I didn't sew, but I thought I would make a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started thinking about the shirt, I thought it would be too difficult, and I thought I might look stupid wearing this shirt that I made. And so I was leaving the fabric store, and I saw a book on quilting, and I thought I can do this privately.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my home. I'm not going to wear it,
Mm-hmm.
and it will be on my bed. So I wanted to use my grandmother's sewing machine and make something,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what made my first quilt. Do you know the phrase, it's like a duck taking to water?
Yes.
Do you know this phrase? Well, this is what it was for quilting. When I started quilting, it was like it fit.
Yeah.
It just was so comfortable for me. And as a musician, I've always been an artist. Although music is a different form of art, I've always been an artist. So to be able to now create visual art, and I'm using fabric, I don't know why I loved it so much, but I did. Now to the question on the quilt show.
Yes.
To make a quilt for a show, I started being aware that there was of course there's a certain standard. You're trying to do your best. And I felt that doing a quilt for a show would push me to be better. Instead of leaving a mistake, I might repair the mistake and just continue to work and get a little bit better. And as far as, I'm not nervous about entering a quilt show because, first of all, I don't do it because I want to win. I mean, yes, don't we want to win? You know, why do you compete in the Olympics? Because you want to win. But it's not my motivation. My motivation is because I want to do my best, and then I want to share that with other people, because the more people that see the quilts, they can be inspired. And the quilt, there can be a quilt that's extremely complex, and somebody go, I should never try, it's too complex. But maybe somebody makes a quilt that's not so complex, it's still beautiful, and somebody says, I think I can do this. And so the quilts going into the show become inspiration for other people to try. And the more people that try, the more people quilt. And I think it's great.
Yeah. Thank you for your answer.
Yep.
So that was great.